What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, and Francis Ngannou. The seed has already been planted when Francis let the cat out of the bag that stated he would like to fight Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, and of course Tyson Fury obliged. Tyson Fury said, "At Mike Tyson, after I smash at Anthony Joshua, I'll roast that guy also. At Francis_Ngannou, easy work." Francis counterpunched with, "If this guy did this to you, what do you think I would do to you?" If you notice, he was referring to the picture of his eye looking the way it was, as you guys can see, when Otto Wallin got a piece of Tyson Fury's right eyelid in a couple places, and it was one of the worst cuts that I've seen since Vitaly Klitschko when he fought Lennox Lewis, okay? And that was his counterpunch. It was a snappy comeback, and if we're looking at these guys, let me counterpunch. You know, you're looking at Tyson Fury. He's surprisingly fast at anything he does. He's just one of these big, awkward, freak of nature kind of guys. He looks good in the octagon. He does. How good would he do in a bout? I don't know. I have no way of knowing. I know he sparred. I know he has his shin guards on. Me counterpunching his technique, I think he's fast and swift. I think he does need to get that knee up when he does kick. He needs to get that knee up. Anytime you execute a kick or a knee, get that knee up. It makes it more the strike of the kick more impactful, and it actually makes it more deceitful. Okay, you keep people guessing with that. You know, when you get that knee up, that would be my only thing. Other than that, the stamina, the energy's there. I like how he cuts off the ring and goes around. The guy that's actually sparring with him, you know, when him on the practice mats with the combos. And now yet you have Francis Ngannou. Of course, he's learned from Teddy Atlas and Mike Tyson a thing or two about uppercuts and those things and fundamentals of boxing. And Francis stated that, you know, boxing is one of the sports that he loves. So, you know, the punches, you can tell they look explosive, but, you know, how good would he do in a boxing ring? So it's one of these things, man, where if it's going to be done, it has to be done right. I know Floyd Mayweather started this whole thing with bringing Conor McGregor over, and it made millions of dollars. I mean, millions of pay-per-view buys. It was a complete success, you know, and in what we known by that, Conor McGregor, like he always does, he runs out of steam. Right? He ran out of steam. He couldn't deal with that, and Mayweather capitalized on it and got him out of there. And before he really took a lot of damage, they stopped the fight, which I was totally pissed when that happened. But, you know, Mayweather, once again, he wrote the blueprint for certain type of fights to happen, especially these crossover fights. You know, when you took boxing and then you blended it with MMA or UFC, you see what we had, and people are trying to duplicate that ever since, just like they've done with the money that Mayweather possessed. Ka-ching. Okay, but I don't see how Tyson Fury is any different. You know, everyone, including Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, these younger fighters, you know, in this generation look up to Mayweather. So why not try to attempt the same thing with somebody on that other side of the street? So what it is, people are trying to bring boxing back to the front running sport in the U.S., whereas UFC, they're trying to get the mega bucks that the boxers make. So it works hand in hand. Who would win? Tyson Fury would mop Francis Ngannou, I would believe. He would have to outbox him. I don't think he would try any Deontay Wilder type shit, but who knows? You know, if he gets acquainted with him with the punching power, and he knows that this guy with the swings or the attempted punches that he throws can't hit him, he might try that. He might try to get Ngannou out of there. But if he does that shit in the octagon, same thing. If Ngannou gets in there and starts throwing knees and type punches and strikes, that Tyson Fury has never seen. This would probably be one of those things where he would eat Tyson Fury up just as well as Tyson Fury would eat him up in the ring. So I think, like I said, to counterpunch this whole thing of the talk and everything, if you're going to have a fight, you got to have fights. You have to have one fight in boxing, one fight in the octagon. That's only right. Because these are two different guys from two different sports. Let's be real. Okay, Mayweather did it, but Mayweather did it selfishly. There's no way in hell Mayweather's going into the octagon throwing any kick or any knee of any kind. Hammer fist, no. Back fist, no. Ridge hand, no. None of that shit. He is a boxer. So he lured Conor McGregor over to this side of things. So I think, honestly, if they're going to do it, let's do it right. Have two fights, one in the UFC, one in boxing. You guys tell me what you think about the war of words, the war of new words between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.